Here I am again, still walking. I remember when I was a baseball coach, somebody asked me once, what is there about this game that's so frustrating? And I said, well, imagine that you're playing chess or checkers. You've got this board in front of you, which designates the playing field. And you have these pieces, rooks and pawns and queens and bishops. And you know how the movements are designated by the piece. The game just dictates the way, the direction and how you move them. And you have a strategy in your mind, and you watch the chess masters, and they're thinking 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. But baseball's not that kind of game. I'll tell you, the big difference is, imagine playing chess, and you're sitting, you're the chess master, and you're sitting looking over the board, and you're making all these plans about what you're going to do. And then imagine that each of the players is a separate being from you and has its own free will. There's where you lose control of the game. And that's kind of what life is like as a baseball coach. Because some guy might wake up in the middle of an inning and decide after he hits the ball, instead of running to first base, he runs to third. Now, that's an extreme example, but I think you know what I mean. It's when you're dealing with a live being, which is a dynamic situation, which means that they can do whatever they want at any given moment as opposed to being totally controlled by you. You might think that life would go better for you if you could control them and they always did exactly what you want and only moved when you told them to. But it's pretty damn boring. It's pretty damn boring. It's the dynamics of life that make it fun, because you never know what's going to happen next. You can exert a lot of control over it, but the real level of control that you want to over a team of players is getting all of the players on board with whatever your plan is and practicing and drilling it enough that they actually execute on the plan in the situation. And that's the secret to being a good baseball coach. If you just try to control everything that your players do, you're going to attract less active, less able players. And you have to just let them do it. As long as they follow your plan, your overall plan, and they're not doing things that are harmful to the team, then it'll work out. And I'll tell you a little secret. It's just between you and me, and nobody else will know this. When people do things that are directly opposed to what the team does, always, always, always presume they did it on purpose. Makes it a lot easier for you to decide what to do with that player, with what situations you're going to put them in. And even if you're wrong, it makes your life as a manager go easier. You know, once you realize there's no such thing as a mistake, it's always their free will. They decided to do something, and they didn't take responsibility for the group. And that's the secret. It'll always be easier for you to deal with. Otherwise, you'll sit down and you have long conversations. They'll give you their justifications, and you'll go into agreement with it. You don't need all that crap. Here's what you do. Here's what I wanted you to do. A, B, C. You went AML. Why'd you do that? Well, I didn't know. Bullshit. You did it on purpose. And even if you're not the kind of person that can directly confront that problem by telling them, always presume it in your mind. Always, always, always presume it in your mind. It's my secret, and it works for me. And I tell you what, try it. Just try it. You'll discover some real magic in life when you're dealing with dynamic beings, which all humans are, things will go better. If you're operating from a position where it should be controlled, when people make mistakes or don't do what you want them to do, presume they did it on purpose. Takes the emotion out of it. If you want some help with this particular tactic, call me, 916-691-9192, and find out why people say, call Tom.